This next exercise is going to be your 90-90 hip shift. So there's a bunch of different ways that we can control the pelvis. Now we're gonna work on the actual rotation and hip shift, okay? So by gaining mastery in all these different positions, your hips are gonna move better, your back is gonna be able to relax, we're gonna gain mobility, we're gonna gain strength, and these exercises are going to translate really, really well into our isometrics and our dynamic exercises. So be sure to focus on your technique as we do these. So all you're gonna need is a chair and a pillow. If you have a foam roller, it works even better. So we're here, 90-90 position. What I'm doing is I'm gonna dig my heels down into this chair to feel hamstrings. I'm going to tuck my hips underneath me, as I always do, and I'm gonna lightly squeeze this pillow to feel a little bit of adductor. Then, same thing, I'm reaching my elbows as I always do, reaching them to the sky. Now, what I want to do is I want to pull one hip down as the other hip comes up, and I should feel a crazy contraction on the inside leg of whichever hip I'm pulling down and in. I'm gonna hold this position for 5 seconds, then I'm gonna transition the other way. You will probably feel that one hip is a little bit harder to feel than the other. That's perfectly fine. I'll show you without the pillow just so you can see a little bit better, but what I'm doing is I'm here, one goes down, one goes up, one goes down, one comes up. As I'm doing this exercise, I want to make sure that I'm doing it so the legs are going straight up and straight down. I'm not getting a ton of like side to side motion as I do this. The hips aren't swiveling too much. I'm trying to keep these knees and femurs moving nice and vertical. If you feel like you're really struggling to feel the inside part of your legs, maybe you're feeling a little bit too much in the front, in the quads, and the hip flexors, 2 things to do. Number 1 is make sure that you are still getting that posterior pelvic tilt. And number 2 is scoot farther away from the chair, straighten out those knees just a little bit here. That'll actually make it easier to get even more of a posterior pelvic tilt, and it will just lengthen those hip flexors naturally. Eventually, as you get better at it, you'll be able to scoot back up towards the chair.